It's time to cry over a whale.
Damn right it is. You said that, I think, when we first were approaching. You're like, you're gonna cry about this whale. And I was like, yeah, I could believe that.
So now we've made it past Reverse Mountain. Another short arc. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, comparatively to Loketown, I cried much more in this one than I did in the previous one. There's a lot of sneaky stuff in this. Well, and we'll get into that. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay. No, it's all good. It almost feels weird to ask though, who's your favorite character from this arc? But there is a small handful of new characters that were introduced during this, so I think we can still go ahead with that.
I mean, mine is very obvious because I will be choosing the
Mhm.
whale.
I was
I
like,
will be choosing
Crocus, yeah.
Laboon. Yeah, obviously. Listen, Crocus is cool. Crocus has kept my boy alive, my boy being Laboon. But Laboon's my favorite, even though no speaking roles come from this character. I will also say, Crocus is very cool. Crocus is make sure that Laboon stays alive, which is pretty cool. Crocus also knows Roger,
Possibly.
and that's interesting.
It just gives that like
Because
little tidbit at the end where you're just like, wait a minute, what
yeah,
do you know, old man?
right, Flower Boy. What do you know? Like, for those of you who don't know, crocus is an actual type of flower. I am not just calling an old man a flower boy for no reason.
Wait, I actually
Um,
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
you didn't know, bro.
No, well, okay, so like I don't know plants, right? But like
That's
obviously
fair.
crocus has the plant motif. I just didn't
Yeah,
know where it came from.
don't worry. I'll send you a picture of a crocus. It's basically what he has as his motif, but we'll get to that. I'll
Okay.
educate you. Don't worry.
Oh,
Um,
awesome. Looking forward to
plant
it.
plant lesson after this.
Man.
So we meet Crocus. We also meet Miss Wednesday.
Hmm.
And is it Mr. 9 or is it Mr. 10?
Mr. Nine.
They're an odd pair. They're I don't totally know what's going on with these guys. They're sussy as fuck, but but they're also like so comedic at the same
Yeah.
time. Just the way that they're interacting in the story. So they're hit or miss. But they are new. We are going to mention them, especially because they kind of come along with us
Right.
at the end of this, which I wasn't expect. Like they're not. I don't know them to be crew members, so I'm curious what's happening there.
It was a more like a out of desperation moment because they couldn't go back home.
Yeah, because of the log poses. That was okay. That's something kind of skipping here, but like that's something that's super cool.
Right, because the Grand Line can't be traversed with a traditional compass. Basically, from here on out, the travel would be like basically a zigzag line from island to island to island to get to the end of the Grand Line, which is where what Crocus says is where the final
Right.
island is, Laughtell.
Like yeah, so like that's the shit that I mean that Crocus has yeah, he knows some shit.
Yeah, like
This
how do you know
this
that, old man? How do you
right.
know that?
How do you know Roger? How do you know the end of the Grand Line? Though I guess if you know Roger, I would kind of assume.
Well, also like
Well, if you know the
Roger is famous. Like it's not hard to believe that like people would
yeah,
have
I'm gonna
heard of all of his adventures.
if you knew about Laugh-Tale, then you knew about Roger.
Right,
That makes
but
sense.
at the same time, Crocus has that line at the end of the arc where he's talking to the air, but he's talking to Roger.
Right. About Luffy. In such a way, it feels very like, is this how the prophecy foretells? Like
It does give that vibe, yeah.
it does give that vibe. And like I don't get that from the rest of One Piece so far.
Hmm.
That was very interesting.
It's just like, what is
Um
that?
like, hey buddy, what are you referring to?
What do you
Friend?
mean?
Also, Crocus lives inside the whale laboon. This was a wild little ride.
Right, like he's kind
Yeah,
of like the lighthouse keeper, but he's hanging out
inside.
inside Laboon because he's just
Yeah,
built a
on an
house there.
island.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, on an island in a whale.
Sure, it's One
Absolutely.
Piece. Bringing it back to Laboon, I assume that one of your favorite story moments comes from Laboon.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
most of my favorite story moments come from Laboon. Laboon's backstory of listen, you knew,
I knew, I knew.
you knew.
I also know what's to come, so I'm.
Backstory history of Laboon, with him being separated from his pod and then following these pirates. And there's a point where they get to Reverse Mountain and they're like, hey, we kind of can't take him with us anymore because it's dangerous, right? Like when we don't want
Yes.
Laboon to get hurt because they also are fond of Laboon. And so they promise that they will be back. And it's been 50 years. Cue the Titanic scene. It's been 50 years. And my boy,
He's still there. He's still waiting.
And he's so upset. He rams his head into the side of Reverse Mountain again and again. Like I know that we're talking about favorite moments. It's also the crying moments for me though. Like I feel so much for this whale. But yeah, and so it broke my heart. It broke my heart, and then on the opposite end of that, Luffy, my incredibly emotionally intelligent dumbass, makes the promise with Laboon, and they fight. And Luffy declares it as a draw, basically. And he's like, we need to fight again. And so I will come back and we will fight again. Yeah, buddy, you can't get rid of the symbol of my ship, and I'm going to put it in this very specific spot so you stop ramming your head into the side of a mountain where we're worried that you might die.
Right, that was the main concern from Crocus, was that Laboon would probably kill himself before meeting the pirates.
Yeah.
And also, I'm pretty
50 years is a long time.
50 years is a long time. Crocus kind of believes that they're dead. And, like, he tried telling Laboon, too. He had to tell him and be like, hey, there's this possibility that they might not be coming back. But, like, Laboon refuses to believe that. Yeah. Is that your two crying
Those
moments?
are my 2 cry counters. Yeah. That's we got to number 2.
Mm-hmm.
How could you not?
So then, okay, so I know you briefly stepped on.
Is that what I
did? What am I trying to say?
I could have touched on.
Touched on. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. Stepped on. The members of this new secret organization, right? Miss Wednesday and Mr. Nine.
Who join us at the end because we broke their log pose, the only means that they had to travel.
Which was so funny.
I loved this arc. This is a very good arc. It was not too long. It did all the things it was meant to do. It explained a lot of how we were getting ready to traverse the world and our paths to being the Pirate King.
And now we're officially in the Grand Line, so the rules change, right? Like before it was just like, oh, we can easily just like go from island to island, no big deal, normal compass, no problem. And then boom, we make it over the Red Line and we're in the Grand Line officially. And now all the rules that we've known up till now have changed.
And boy, just going up and down this mountain, that was intense.